What's going on, YouTube? This is Stanton's Adventures. I dropped my 28-foot trailer for this Base Camp 6 tent from REI. So I got the poles. And with this one, I got the footprint with it, which is a separate item you need to buy. And I've already pulled it out, wrapped it up in the footprint to make it a little easier. And apologies for any sniffling. I'm just getting over, well, trying to get over a cold. We are at Pinckney Pinckney Recreation Area. It's kind of north of Ann Arbor, Michigan, a little ways. And we got the 6-person tent. I'm in spot C6, Charlie 6. And I've brought, I'll give you a little look here. Well, we'll do that later. So we got C8 next to me, and according to the Garmin here, the camera is pointed north. This is a Garmin inReach Mini 3 Plus, so it's a GPS locator, which is good because there's barely any cell signal here. But I'm just looking at my little map here and some other features. So let's get the tent set up while we still have time. Again, this is the Base Camp 6. I bought it about a month ago. It is April 2026. So it looks a little different than any of the older ones you saw on YouTube. I believe they changed it to get rid of PFAS. It's got like a goldish color. I believe the old one was a bluish, blue-white. And like I alluded to, I normally camp for the last decade, a little over a decade. I've camped in a travel trailer. So this should be interesting. This is the maiden voyage. Like I said, I already pulled this out at home, got it up in the backyard, and then put it away because it was raining when I did it. And again, this is the footprint here. So there's actually two things. There's this gray tarp looking thingy, and then you've got the tent itself. So I laid the footprint out, and then I put the tent on it, and then I folded it up, kind of like you saw me unfold it. Worked out really well. Not a lot of fussing once you get it out of the bag doing it that way. So first things first, where do we put it? Well, to my east I have tall trees, to my northwest and, well, south I don't. So this looks pretty good. It is 3:48 p.m. I would like a nap at 3:48 p.m. in the shade, so I think I'll put it right here. Let's see how it does. First off, let's get rid of any sharp rocks, sticks, anything that's going to poke or prod me and make me go flat on my bed. Since I have an inflatable air pad, whatever you want to call it, sleeping pad. Oh, this looks pretty good. Let's see if we can move this by grabbing two ends without making a mess. So I'm just trying to drag it. Here, where's our door at? right there. I like having a door by the fire. That's a good idea. Not too close. Now it is supposed to get down pretty cold tonight. I think 40 degrees with wind chill at least. Kind of rotate this. I probably don't need both doors. This has a door in the front and the back. I don't know. Looks doable. Alright, let's do a better job of sticks and stuff before we're sad. Alright, next thing, poles. So there are a lot of people. This is one of the nicest days. What does Garmin say for weather? Oh, I'll do my watch. It is currently 65 degrees. That is Fahrenheit. 10-mile-an-hour winds. 31-mile visibility. 40% humidity. It's beautiful. One of the best days, if not the best day we've had this year. Which isn't saying much because it's been pretty terrible. Cold, rainy, nice and then really not nice. Kind of everything. So we got our tent poles here, all aluminum, color coded. And you start out with gold ones or copper, whatever you want to call it. And they do have some bends to them, so you may pull it out and be like, oh boy. They are very long. They all kind of just slide together nice. I didn't put any dry lube on them. There was a suggestion in the instructions to do so. Once we get some dirt in them, maybe. But so far, so good. Granted, I haven't put it in the dirt yet. Here we go. Alright, so we need the blunt end first. There's a little silver end here. And that goes into the corresponding color. Sleeve. That was a little delayed. Sorry. And you gotta make sure there's like a loop on one of them that it doesn't try and fight it. Another end is trapped, so you can't go all the way through. I mean, you could if you tried, I guess. And then there's a pin, another end that goes into a grommet on the strap. So we just do that twice. And we should have what resembles somewhat of a tent. Breeze is a welcome thing too. Alright, looks like we need, there's pointy end over here. I guess it didn't really matter if you kept it on the footprint. Once you put one side up, it's going somewhere. Alright, so we've gotten that through here. There may be a better way to do this. We don't know yet. Well, I will actually take this way. And kind of feed from over here. I'm actually going to unhook this one. There we go. Now we're talking. Kind of get it, both of them, I guess, started into the trapped end of the tent, and then go to putting them in the grommets on the other end here. Guess we'll start with this one. Uh-oh. Be nice. Don't make me look like too much of a fool now. Yeah, so seating is definitely the way to do it, and then start hooking. Because then you're not trying to fight it across the center. It just kind of folded up on itself nicely. And voila. Or whatever that is. So that's pretty, what do you call it? Uneventful. Something to note too, the ends that don't have the grommet are the trapped ends. They also, the footprint that you can buy for the dedicated Base Camp 6 footprint has the same deal, so there's not grommets on that end. So I had aligned it in the driveway ahead of time so that I didn't have to try and figure that out. Alright, we have a tent. Starting with these cappuccino ones. Kevin, do it the right way. Oh, they're both grommeted, I believe. Or little steps here. Yeah. So, put the situation in here and go across the doors. And then we go, I believe, crissy-crossy, it's a technical term, into the grommet. There's another grommet. Yeah, the strap's got the same color as the pole. Alright. That looks like a tent. Still. Put some clips on. I do like that these are aluminum. I've broken enough fiberglass ones in my day. And I'm talking about like kids' soccer goals, and I did have a tent once when I was Just turning 30 is when I stopped doing tents. Now in my 40s. Maybe I'll tell that story of why sometime over some food, which I'm starting to get hungry. I don't know why, it's only 3. I didn't really eat lunch. Let's see if I can do this without knocking the camera over. Do this first. Get my tent all dirty. Jeez. How dare I? Yeah, I'm just back here doing the same thing. Clipping those clips on. Trying to. There we go. And then there's these cross clips. Come over and show you. A couple of cross clips here that just kind of hug this X. Keeps it together. And then there's one more. So this tent comes with a vestibule kind of deal for the rain fly on one end. And then a little repair sleeve that you can put over your broken ends when you break it. We won't be needing that, right? I'm not going to bother with the rain fly right now. I likely will put it on at night in case we have some condensation. It's so beautiful, I can't. Might regret it later. But for now, to staking. So this is C6. Got our tent set up on the west side tree. I don't know if I'll regret that. No real good star view, but we'll see. So this is kind of the edge of our site here, looks like. Hopefully that gives a good view. Got a picnic table, fire pit, standard state campground fare, I guess. And your neighbors are pretty close. What you got? I don't know how to explain it. It looks bigger in the maps, in the photos, but you do have a lake view if no one's here. Nice private spot. I like it. We got our tent. Nice big tent. We got our food. Some medical supplies. Sleeping pad, a pillow, and a sleeping bag. And a sky view of a tree. It's pretty. So yeah, this is Pinckney Recreation Area, Southeast Michigan, Washtenaw County, April 2026. Here's the neighbor one. So it's pretty quiet. You can hear motorcycles and stuff in the distance. This is a pretty heavy motorcycle area for go fast cruisers. Close to Hell, Michigan, which is got a nice bar for the motorcycles that want to hang out there. I gave that up when texting and driving became a thing. This is the way you come in. It's a one-way. So it's pretty hilly. I would not want to bring a 28-foot RV through here, especially down. I'll walk a little bit. But there's another spot right up on top of that hill to the right. So that's home for the night. This is the big Agnes Rapide SL, 25 by 78. Fail. That's it. Again, that's this guy. You can get a shorter one. I think it's 72, but for me, I'm 5'10". I don't know. I felt a rock here. Oh yeah, right there. Well, not too bad. I got a base layer down. Nice view. And then, of course, the matching pillow. Which I plan to use the hood I don't know. Padding? But I've never cooked with this thing. So we have a Tox 750 milliliter titanium pot. Your gold standard if you watch a lot of YouTube gear videos. I still haven't scratched it, so I'm being careful. And then my stove. So I've got the Soto Windmaster. Bought this at REI. The Tox I got online on Amazon, along with my C2 Summit, is also an Amazon Spork and spoon combo, which it comes with a little clip on that connects them and makes them tongs, which I thought was pretty awesome. Although we're not going to get into any tong, well, I'm not going to say we aren't. I don't think I will get into any tong usage here. So let's start by getting some water going. I meant to do it that way for fun. It helps if you have your fuel. Alright, so we have isobutane fuel cartridge, 230 gram, which I watched a video that showed someone try to connect this with it open, and it did some fun stuff. So we'll make sure this is closed. There's a little valve here. Just screw this on here. Yeah, it does a little hiss. This is clearly not a level fire pit, but we'll make it work next to some water. Oh, how much do I need? If you know me, you know I like mac and cheese. So I got some Mountain House creamy mac and cheese, freeze dried. 26 grams of protein, 620 calories per package, 310 per serving. Something tells me I'm gonna end up eating the whole thing. Let's see here. Open package. Carefully add 1 1/3 cups of boiling water, also known as 11 fluid ounces. Let me guess, this doesn't do ounces and does milliliters. Oh, no, it's got ounces on there. 8 and 16. So there's little notches here. I suppose I could use what's on the side of my thing too. It's at 28. And this is actually a carbonator. SodaStream's competitor, it's DrinkMate. It's actually a local place in Ann Arbor, not too far from here. So we're going up to the middle here. I'm sure it has to be perfect. Get that out of the way. Alright, so this one's got its own igniter. So we're going to stand back, try and open it. Maybe. I hear hissing now, and I see heat. Okay. You also don't want to sit too close because you don't want boiling water by you. So we'll let that do its duty. See how wiggly it is. It's not too bad. Can't complain about that. I like it. Alright. Put our lid on. there we have it. Alright, let's see here. It is boiling. I gotta set my spork down. Got too excited. Let's see if I can get this without burning myself. So it did not take very long, a few minutes to do. And it is rocking. So we will turn that off and attempt to add it to our thing. Well, that's just going to get scratched eventually, I'm sure. Alright, so our water is boiling. Let's see. I don't want to get burnt. I don't like sitting there. Safety first. So first things first, let's turn this guy down. Which for some reason I want to turn it the opposite direction of off. Not sure why. Boiling water in the posture carefully, wait 8 minutes. Open package, stir and reseal. Alright. So far, I've learned to take this out. I will forget. Luckily, it was right on top. One of those do not eat things in your edible stuff. I don't quite understand that, but I mean, I know why it's there, so it doesn't get all messed up. But the other thing you don't do is hold it from the bottom while you do it. So that is not hot, and I have rubber gloves on. So we are going to opt for just kind of setting this here and doing one of these situations. Another reason not to hold it from the bottom, even if you think you're really good at pouring, is if you got a hole. Alright, well, there's water in it. We did burn our brand new thingy, but that's fine. Shows how new I am to this. Alright, so it says stir carefully and reseal. Aha! I don't know why. This excites me. To have a... They are titanium. And they're long handled. You don't want to go and show up with a little shorty and then burn your fingers. I mean, granted, when I'm doing this at home, I'm using a fork on a pan and burning myself, but oh boy, getting a little greedy. It currently looks like a soup. You know, I haven't really seen too many videos. I've been doing a lot of gear videos, so I can not buy something that I'd regret. So far this works good. We need more. Okay. Lesson learned. Now, see if I can get this for you. Kind of a soupy mix. Should have showed you before, but it was, just imagine that, not so wet. And seal and wait 8 minutes. And reread the instructions yet again. Alright, it is time. Not time to eat yet, apparently. I kept reading the instructions. So, sat for 8 minutes. Still kind of a soupy... Yeah, I know I'm not doing much justice on it, but it says to stir again. It is thickening, like your standard mac and cheese would. It is creamy. Quite creamy. I don't know, this might actually be pretty decent. I mean, it's mac and cheese. It's still steaming. Now we wait another 7 minutes. So 15 minutes to sit and rehydrate. It smells good. See you in a bit. It is time. Let's see what she looks like. Well, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like a soup. I probably wouldn't put the full amount of water in next time. Or try and bake it, I guess, if I had a fire. But I don't. Get our spoon here. It's kind of you know what it reminds me of? Like a Panera broccoli cheddar soup with noodles, which I'm not mad about. I love me a good broccoli cheddar soup from Panera, especially when you tear the baguette up into pieces and throw it in there, if they have them. Alright, how lava is this? It's not hot. Although it is starting to burn my fingers. Ow. Sorry about tractor in the back. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. Looks like a front-loading John Deere or something, green, driving around. I need salt and pepper. I erred on the side of not bringing any of that. But you know what I have is hot food. A campfire, a tent, some sun in my back. And it's not hot out. Not sweating. There's some birds. I'll take it. I will take this time to thank my wife and my daughter for holding the fort down and encouraging me to go try this out by myself. I didn't want to do it at first. Glad I did. Well, I'm going to slurp this down. So far, so good. No failures. The tent's kind of hard to zip up and zip down. I gave up. I could probably adjust the stakes, but I'm not gonna right now because I'm gonna eat my food. Alright, who wants to go on an adventure? Well, I'll give you a raw view of what the tent looks like after dinner, which only took like a few seconds to eat. Well, less than that. More than that, whatever. Give or take. Maybe I can give you an idea of how the zippers give me fit. You can get about here and then it starts to do like that struggle, so I think I just need to adjust. Oh yeah, it's kind of tight. It's probably human error. Well, we'll fix that when we fix that. So we're going to walk through C8. Looks like this is a decent spot. I'd camp here. You get a good view of the lake. Kinda. You get a lot more real estate, it seems like, and a little path here to the neighboring spot. So that's C8. I'm in C6 up the hill. And then you got another one over there. Well, let's keep going. Let's find out where this one is. A little nature crawling around in the woods over there. I just almost tripped over something. Going on an adventure walk. I saw a boat dock, launch dock. I don't know. I think there's a launch around here. Arguing with myself. So this is spot C23, which is reserved, but I haven't seen anyone here. And it's kind of, so here's your toilets and your garbage. So I went through 3 spots to get to that. I won't take any video of that. It'd be weird. Just use your imagination. People need to work on their diet. So there's another road that heads, what does Garmin say here? I just got this Garmin, so I'm like, well, I got everything. Yeah, we're headed west. No, I should just use the sun. So you got your boat launch, obviously. There's a trailer. Kind of walk down. Looks like it's all dirt. Don't expect a normal big boat launch like you could see at your normal campgrounds. Boy, is this beautiful. I wonder if I'm getting it. Oh yeah, I love me a good nature sunset. That's pretty. Let's go take a look. Tiny boat launch. Oh my. The dock is making noises that I didn't expect. So it's pretty murky. It's a launch nonetheless. The other side's kind of a mirror of it. Beautiful. Man, I wish my family was here. I have half this idea of learning to fish. I have a pole and I've tried, but I've never really I've drowned worms, but I'd be, oh my, this thing's kind of got like a gangster lean to it. You can see it. It's a floating dock. I hope it still floats when I gotta test the sunken area. Yeah, it's got a little dippy doodle to it, technically speaking. Whoa, almost fell down. Yeah, a fishing boat out there. Boy, they got the whole area to themselves. I thought there were houses out here, but I may have been thinking of Blind Lake, which is not too far from here. Gosh, it's beautiful. I keep saying that, but if you've been in the weather with Michigan lately, this is a totally different country. It's not even the same state or country, feels like. This is by far the best way to come out and just drop that seasonal depression, I hope. Because I am affected. Yeah, there we go. God, look at the sun coming off the water. Again, this is Crooked Lake. I believe this is the actual Crooked Lake, but it's Crooked Lake Campground, so it makes sense. It's a little windy, so I can hope you hear me. And you might. So you come on out here, and it's not that bad. You can see pretty far down. And let's go over here. The creeks have got me wondering if I'm going for a swim. But yeah, wow. Thank you, Mother Nature. Hi. I mean, this is the stuff you see in photos, like on someone's wall. Ooh, we got a bird that's getting fish. Let's see if we can get it. Where's she at? There he is. Where's she? Just chilling over there. Just gobbled something out of there. Wonder what that is. It's gray, it's got a white neck. Oh, thanks for showing off, bird. I don't see a pair. Looks single. Oh, I was busy staring at it. I love nature. Animals are my favorite. Well, I'm not going to say favorite, but... Oh, this is shaky out here. Alright. Back to this. So yeah, your boat launch just goes right on. Oh my. Oh, look at that. Wow, what a sight. Taking off. Alright. Enough of my blabbing. Well, we're just walking up where we came from. I will say I did go in the vault toilet, and it does have an air freshener, so it kind of smells like a Bath and Body Works. It doesn't really have any stink. They do have vents on them. Pretty big ones too. They're clean. If you don't look in the hole, they're not bad. It does look like someone made a nest of toilet paper though. Sorry, that's too much. So you got your dumpster. Again, that's C23. And we are walking south-ish. We'll walk by the sites. The photos that I saw online were from 2013. It is 2026 now. And I will say, looking on my phone at the sites, they looked a lot more luxurious in size. But I'm used to like RV sites that will fit a 32-foot tongue to tail trailer and then your truck. So once you get your tent out, it's not that bad. This was, I'll say it in a minute, little robin hanging out. So it's C8, which across from it is C7. I won't do anything, there's people there. I stole the wife's Yukon. I was going to bring the Audi, but it's got about 6 inches of ground clearance, and I don't know that it would have liked going up that. The roots. There's some guy trying to learn to camp. I've been camping for a long time, just in a different vehicle. So this is C5. And I kind of wish I would have got it. It's a little small, and your tent's going to be like kind of by the road. I mean, guess it's okay if you want that view. Now that said, the trees aren't really in full bloom here. So you may not be able to see anything. But it is the end of April. And I hear that loader coming, so I'll make it quick. But yeah, you could just, I mean, you could put a tent here and then have this stunning view, assuming it doesn't grow up too bad with ground vegetation. I mean, it's pretty thick trees. It's mostly pine, it looks like. And then this big old thing, that's an old growth here. And so yeah, if you had 2 tent sites you wanted to have kind of close by, but maybe like the in-laws you want to put across the street, This would be two good sites, I would say. I'm not sure what this situation is. The makeshift fire pit next to the fire pit. Maybe they were cooking. I don't know. Not my business to figure out. Alright. My sciatica is starting to flare, so I'm going to go back here and ponder. Beautiful. Alright, so we're aborting mission on the splitting that wood anyway. I mean, there's plenty of charcoal here. Some paper up. A little attempt at kindling here. Kinda get it in the center. Use some of these burned pieces. Create like a, you don't want to smother it. Yeah, I was worried about that being close, but once you get it open, I guess it's not too bad. If you're gonna close it up, just kill the fire. It's actually pretty good. Again, that's REI Base Camp 6. It's a 6-person, supposedly 6, which it's not. Well, maybe, I don't know. Depends who you talk to. Pulls out on the other two, so it's at least got something. But I'll likely tie that around the tree. It's not perfect. symmetrical, but this is pretty slick though. I will have to admit it looked smaller in the videos I've seen. Granted, this seems to be the newer one, but you could easily sit down under here. I mean, you'll be back in your tent, maybe put a chair in the tent, but you could have your feet out here and do a nice fire while not getting wet. And keep your gear somewhat, you know, your coolers and stuff at least not getting, well, cooler's a bad example. They're made to get wet. So, well, good morning. I'm finagling myself out of this thing. It stayed warm though. Alright, it's breakfast time. This Backpackers Pantry Summit Breakfast Scramble. Now we've got the Summit Breakfast Scramble. This one's only 180 milliliters. It's 3/4 cup. Another 8-minute, 7-minute deal, so 15 minutes total. 270 calories. Big one's protein, 18 grams. That's pretty good. And that took like probably a minute and a half to boil. For science, I'll show you. It doesn't look very appetizing yet, but it looks like it's got some egg and other stuff. Smells kind of, it's got some spices to it. It's got peppers, beans, eggs, cheese. So we wait 8 minutes. I'll be back in 15 and see how it looks. Alright, it's time. Well, it's not a soup, but it's like a paste. I don't know if my kid would eat it, but I'm gonna give it a whirl. It's not bad. It's got a Southwest spice to it though. So if you're not into like a chili spice, and it's pretty heavy too. I grew up on hot chicken wings, so I think it's pretty good. You might be wondering why I'm carrying this with me when I got a car over there and I'm pretty close to home. Barely got any cell signal coming in here, and one nice thing about this is it's a two-way messenger, so if something happens at home, my daughter's hurt or my parents need help, they can send me a message through the app, the Garmin app. They have their own messenger app, and so I can send like voice messages and text messages. And then they've got things called like check-ins where you can go, it's like pre-programmed thing, and then it'll send it to the group of people you want to check into instead of having check-in with everyone. So it's pretty cool. And then it's got weather. Let's see here. I'm gonna update the forecast. Depending on your plan, it may cost you 10 cents each time you do that, but it's 11 hours old, so it's pulling that GPS and it's not using the phone or anything. Sitting there waiting. It'll actually ping your phone when, or my actually Apple Watch when the forecast is updated. I will tell you, those birds you can hear probably in the background all night long. Like one would make a little wisp peep, and you're just sitting there thinking, oh no, did the other ones hear him? And then you start hearing what sounds like a rave party going on, but of like angry birds instead of people with glow sticks and stuff. Not nearly as fun, but I got through it. I actually got used to it. Became noise after a while, so that updated. So it's now up there at the top instead of 11 hours old. So it says it's 54. It should be 68 today. Gives you an hourly. Yeah, this is the Garmin inReach Mini 3 Plus. So the Plus comes with touchscreen, I think, versus the other one. But you can scroll sideways and get your different hourly. So it should be pretty warm here at 11. And then go down and get some of this information, tap in, and you can see the same thing in a different view. So that's handy. Thought I'd share that. But yeah, being able to message, you know, the messenger there. It's got map, it's got a compass, which is pretty sensitive, and your standard other fare. I'm gonna check out the water situation. I think that bird, that bird I saw yesterday is possibly what's making all that noise. It just flew over with another one. So we're headed back east. Obviously the sun has changed to the other side of the world. This is the way he came in. I'll try and get some video. Maybe I'll stick the camera in a cup holder or something. I wish I had a sunroof. This tripod's pretty awesome. I mean, I wouldn't say awesome. For the money, it's awesome. It's a selfie stick tripod combo. In a pinch, I need something to hold my phone. It uses the MagSafe connection, which I had to buy a case because I didn't use MagSafe. I've only got an iPhone 14. So that's what they were doing with the loader. They were fixing the water low spot yesterday. That's probably not a common noise to worry about. Do a quick dip in here. Got spot C2. It's not a bad spot at all. A little hilly. I wouldn't want to live on it. Ooh, free wood too. There must be a reason for the rocks. Maybe people are cooking with them. I don't know. It's the second one I've seen like that. And then this one probably connects to, if I was a betting man, C1, which I'm not. Can't lose if you don't try. So, next time I will remember to go get scraps from an empty spot. So, we just popped back out here. So, as is that, to not be confused. This is the road we're talking about fixing, and then we'll come back up this one. So, yeah, that spot C1 looks decent. I would stay there for sure. It's the first one on the way in. And that's the road out. It is one way in some spots, so if you've got a wide rig, you'll have to. And see, that's what I mean, like trailers coming through. I don't know so much about that. That one I could definitely get mine through, but if you're coming in here thinking you're gonna go to some of the back spots with the trailer still attached, I don't know. You might be backing up. There's the potable water. What do we got here? Push gently or the button will get stuck. Please push button gently. Water will begin to run after 5 seconds. Run for 20 seconds. Okay. So should we jam the button and see what happens? Okay, I will. I mean, don't put a big orange button there if you don't want me to slam it. Come on. Alright. It's kind of hard to do with. Well, I guess it says it'll run for 20 seconds. Let's give her a whirl. But it doesn't say how fast. That was a gentle push. I hear a well kicking on. Oh my. It sounds like it's turbocharged. Oh, it's getting faster. I don't know what to do. Well, that's not efficient, but that was kind of wild. I'm a car guy too. When you hear something spooling and it's still going, you wonder when it's going to stop. But it worked. A little excitement in the morning, I guess. Alright, we're back. And this must be the power for the pump. I wish they got a little battery or something in here. Maybe. Oop, we got someone coming around. Looks like your friendly DNR. For those not from around here, Department of Natural Resources. I don't know if that's federal or state. Basically, the people that would probably that maybe they saw I pushed the button. They're like, we're coming to get him. That sucker. He's gonna smash the button. Maybe you just gotta go up there and act like you know what you're doing. Yeah, we're gonna take a shortcut. This is C3, so this is right behind us. This one looks like you get swamped depending on where you put your tent, but there's a little spot back there. A little burned out log bench. And we're back. With water. Success. Go get some more spots for the internet. I mentioned earlier in the video, it doesn't make the cut. A lot of the video or photos online, you book it, are from 2013 and it's 2026, so see if we can get the internet a little bit more updated. I'll give people their privacy if there's someone there, sorry. The lake spots are kinda... There's 2 lake spots that are always booked when I look. This is the area I remember driving through at Yukon, and it was pretty rough. For being tight, I mean. So here's C9. It's pretty wide open. Big tree up there. Not a bad spot. And it's April, so the grass hasn't really had that much time to come up. So it's pretty grassy. This is pretty dirty. We're looking at C11 here. So you get a little bit of sunrise though. So that's the east. I like that. C10. This is pretty hilly. I would not tent this one unless you want to be parked right on the road. Yeah. C11, you could throw a tent down any day. It looks like a lot of roots though. So if you don't want to deal with that, I'm not going to go in there. It's obviously reserved. C12. I don't know what it backs up to, so. C12 backs up to another site. This looks like you'd be sleeping on a little bit of a slope, but not bad. If you got it close to the fire like I did. Get kind of a view of the other sites from here. Pretty private. I like it. You don't have a neighbor to your east. Well, northeast. The other side, just a little bit of woods here. Not much though. If you had a long trailer, good luck. So this is C13. Parked up on a hill, pretty sloped. You could put a tent right here, but I'm on the road, so you're kind of knocking on the tent. But it is what it is. Again, I'm used to big RV sites. Alright, C15 on the right, C14 on the left. Pretty much across from each other. This one's just a beach. C14. Not much shade up high. Some tall trees, but that's the east there. And then, where did I say that was? C15. Nice little quiet area. It looks like a path up here too, if you're the daring type. I'd go up there. Yeah, this is nice. You know, little shade up, well, not much, but some needles on your tent. But yeah, you park a tent right here. I could say this is one of the top spots. Got the sun coming up over here. Yeah, it might get a little hot. Right now it's not, but you're nice and far back from the road. Sure beats C14. That's a shallow, ouch, wide. What did I just say about watching where it's going? What is this situation? Is that a spot? No thank you on this one. Let's see. Looks like 16. Not only is it a small footprint, but it's hilly a little bit. So I'll pass. $17. Doable. You got quite a bit of shade. Sounds like we're gonna meet a dog here in a minute. And then C18's kind of tucked back too. Not much. Oh, there is room for a tent here. Go up in here. It's all rocky, as you can see. But you could throw a tent down. Kind of a slope. And then there's some people here. So I don't want to anger the dog, but that's a little loop, turn around there. Looks like a decent spot. I'll try and come down there when there's no one there. So couldn't get it because there was someone hanging out in the hammock right there. So C22 looks like it could get wet. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like, looks like someone may have tried to take a car through there, would not have gotten very far. It could work, so. That one's never really booked online. The other two, the one back where the loop was, and then, oh, this is the one next to the vault toilet. That may be why. And it may be mosquito-y with all that water there. Could do it. So this is C23. You can see our tent through there. So yeah, this is 2 spots away from ours. We can have a nice little camp here. Haven't seen anyone here, but there's clearly someone booked it for yesterday. Another good spot. No overhead trees. Just good, you don't have deadwood falling on you. Get right next to it. So this is kind of like, you need to be friends to be in these two. There's no like woods separating. But you can nestle your tent nicely in here. Pretty flat. And then nice view of the toilets. If you're a weirdo. Just kidding. Kind of. Not sure I'd want to see people going in and out of the bathroom all the time. Alright, we're back where we saw the DNR coming after us after we pushed the big red orange button. So I think we'll kill it here. Well, I folded out my sleeping bag and my pillow. Not much rocket science there. Fold it in half. Enough times that it'll fit in the bag long ways and stuff her in. So we'll finish up here with our bag. I've made the conscious decision that I'm going to go likely head home here soon. It is now 9:10. Never a doubt. Well, except for when I started. Alright, so here you go. You got your pillow, your bag, and your mattress. Oh. Gotta put the fill bag in. Looks like that'll snuggle right in here, no problem. And if it doesn't, it's going to. Gently, because I don't want to pop anything, obviously. I did sleep well. I mean, for like 2 hours. And then I woke up and listened to birds. And then fell back asleep probably 4 hours later. Alright. I'm going to finish packing up and then get on out of here. One thing, while I'm here, I found this other stake in the ground. Just give you an idea of this is the one I found hanging out. And then kind of the difference of the REI one. Fairly big diameter difference. This has like a taper to it. This one doesn't. Same basic design, but much beefier. Yeah, let's see about getting this thing broken down. I got the rest of my stuff out. I got one main component, which is why it fits so well. Remember that rain fly we had? Yeah, I still got going there. I don't remember if I rolled that up with. I'm gonna try and stuff it. We'll see. We'll see how successful. And bugs are starting to come out. They've been pretty good. I didn't get bothered by any buzzing noises last time. I think if I spent more time with this, it would look less lumpy, but I'm gonna call that good. Again, but this time for real. Good enough. Well, until next time, appreciate you following along, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Hopefully you'll be able to do some more of these in other places.